win, go win, go win, go win, go win, man, go win.
Wise Guy Sports exclusive interview. He is the all-time steals leader in Bearcat history. He is the only player in Bearcat history to have at least 1,300 points, 475 assists, and 175 steals. He is the Walnut Hills Eagles basketball coach, Cashmere Wright. What's up, Cashmere, bro?
What's up? How you doing, man?
Pretty good, man. So, Cashmere, let's get right to it. This is your first season as Walnut Hills basketball coach. Y'all finished the season 15-7 and went 11-5 in the Eastern Cincinnati Conference. So how do you feel about your first season as Eagles head coach and your team's performance heading into the tournament?
I felt good. I mean, we did a good job. My main thing every year is to do better than the previous year. So as far as I go as a coach, we've reached that level of doing better than what they did last year.
Yeah.
But I also feel that there's things and there's injuries and things that has happened that has made this season 15-7 where it should be a lot more wins and a lot less losses.
Absolutely.
So it just, to me, it's good and bad, but we're in the playoffs now, so that's the only thing that matters.
Now, during the season, was there a turning point or a specific game where you felt like your team, they turned it up a notch and you started to feel like, okay, we actually got a solid team that could go on a deep tournament run? Like, was there a turning point where y'all might have been struggling during the season and y'all had to flip that switch? And if so, which particular moment of the season did that happen?
So I know exactly. I would give it the leveling game. We were 2-2, I think 3-3 maybe.
Yeah.
Something happened. But what all happened basically is I had to let myself know that I was wrong.
Okay.
I came from Clark Montessori and I assumed and I brought my offense from Clark here.
Right.
And I thought that offense would be sufficient and work. And it took all of 6 games for me to realize that it wasn't.
Absolutely.
So matter of fact, 8 games. We were 4-4.
Okay.
And then after I made that switch, after that one game, we won, I want to say 11 games in a row.
Okay.
So that justified the switch and realizing that the offense just didn't work.
Wasn't working.
Defense was great, but of course, if you don't have the players for what you're trying to do and run it offensively, it's like you can be the coach all you want to and make the kids do something, but at the end of the day, the best part about being a coach is realizing when you're wrong and when you need to switch things that benefit the kids more so than me. And that's what I felt happened.
Now, for you, Cashmere, what was the most challenging part of adjusting to being a head coach when you were at Clark, now that you were at Walnut Hills? I mean, you played college basketball at the highest level at UC. What would you say is the most difficult part adjusting from being a great college basketball player who played for the Bearcats and now leading this Walnut Hills basketball team as their head coach?
I think the most important part is realizing that you can't do everything. You are good at what you're good at, and the most important, you got to find people who are also good at things that you're not good at.
Okay.
And sometimes that takes you looking in the mirror and realizing that you're not good at that.
Right.
And there's no reason for you to, feel bad or be like, I got to learn these things. I got to learn that. It's like building a great team.
Absolutely.
And sometimes being a leader is more so being able to delegate it to the right person who can perform the right thing to help your team be successful.
Absolutely.
And that right there is the biggest change that I had to learn because I was, I was the point guard. I was always the guy who could solve it. Like, I'm leading, I'm doing this. And then coaching realized that, I cannot do all that and be successful.
Absolutely.
You find yourself stressed out and you'll find yourself also not being successful, which makes you not happy. But once I started to delegate and I got the people around me, the right team, the sky's the limit.
I think one of the things that make coaches great is when they can adjust their system to their players. Because a lot of times coaches, they be stuck in their ways and they want their players to adjust to their system. Is that something that you feel like you was able to do throughout the season, which has helped the Eagles become a better basketball team, is adjust your system to your actual players and their skill set?
Well, like I said earlier, to be honest, I've changed the whole system.
Okay.
So when I initially got here, the system was totally different than what it is now.
Really?
But it was what I brought from Clark.
Okay.
So I was at Clark for 4 years. Last year we made it to the regional finals, won district finals for the first time. So I was successful.
Okay.
And I'm assuming you bring that success here.
It worked.
It would work.
Right.
Assuming it would work.
Right.
But realizing that it didn't work, And it's not the end of the world, but it's not for the kids to change. It's for the coach to change.
Right.
And figure out how to make them more successful because they aren't the same players as the ones I had. And so it just came with change and realizing that my way wasn't the right way.
Absolutely.
And getting out of the way and allowing the kids to be successful and putting them in the right spot, even though that wasn't what I initially planned or initially saw it going that way.
Absolutely. I'm not sure if I ever asked you this, but I'm going to put you on the spot. What made you depart Clark for Walnut Hills?
Nobody has ever asked that question. To be honest with you, I would say the people around me. Like I said, we talk about the tremendous people that I got with me, my staff. I brought my whole staff from Clark here.
Okay.
So I got people that be in my circle that basically push me to do it.
Right.
If you would have asked me last year around this time, would I be here? My answer would have been no.
Right. You was content.
I was
Clark.
I was content. I was happy. I was like, I finally built a program because when I heard the program, they were 2-19.
Yeah.
So if you can imagine hearing in the 2-19 program, and then you made it to the Elite 8, which is the furthest that school's ever went, and then now people are looking at you to go somewhere, and it's like, man, I've done all this, and now you're ready. Now you want me to leave? Like, come on now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was the people around me that they told me that I could do it and believed in me, that said that was the right choice and it was the right time. And like I tell them now, you'd have told me at the beginning when we was 4-4, I was kind of like, I wish I was stayed. But now I realize that that was the right decision, and this is the place for me. And I'm happy to be here. I'm happy with my boss, Shay. I'm happy with everything around it. I love being here. It's a fun environment. It has made me realize that there's levels to even myself, and there's improvement that I can make. And I shouldn't have been content. And there's still improvement that I can make to be so much better than I am right now.
Absolutely. Now, what does being a head coach do for you personally, Cashmere? Like, what type of fulfillment does it provide for you as a person? And what's the difference compared to being a player?
Player, I think it's more gratifying because you're more so thinking about your individual self.
Okay.
I'm thinking about my individual awards, my individual, I got to do this, I got to be in the right spot. More so coaching is just putting the people in the right spot, making them believe.
Right.
A lot of the job is dealing with the internal things that people don't see.
Right.
The kids dealing with their, you never know what may happen in the course of a year with dealing with just 17, 18, 16-year-old kids.
Yeah.
So, it's dealing with that, but also being able to push them in the right direction. And also having somebody behind them that knows basketball, but also believes in them. Right. And whatever happens in that game, like I continue to tell them, I got your back.
Absolutely.
I got your back. So whatever may happen, you can look over there and know that whatever's gonna happen, we gonna ride with you, make or miss, good or bad, we with you, and it's a family to me.
Absolutely. Now I interviewed senior forward Charlie Stoffregan, senior guard Landon McDaniel, and Jay Seeley, who is your point guard, and Jay leads your team in assists, Landon leads your team in scoring, and Charlie leads your team in rebounding. So talk about your relationships with Charlie, Landon, and Jay individually, and how it has transpired and maybe gotten better since you arrived.
Initially meeting them, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how they would take me in, considering they had the same coach for the past 3 years.
Okay.
But what I would say is from the beginning, they gave me the opportunity.
Yeah.
They came in with the right mindset. They actually listened to what I had to say. They didn't push it off and be like, we want our other coach. They kind of bought into what I was talking about.
Absolutely.
And with that came a relationship building and trust of, like I told them, from the time I met them, I believe that we are a really good team. And I believed that we was going to be successful.
Absolutely.
I said that when I first met them. I'm like, you may not think so now, but this right here is one of the best teams in Cincinnati. This right here is one of the best teams. And like I say, a part of the job is just building confidence.
Absolutely.
And having them believe something and having a goal. Like, hey, we're trying to get a banner here.
Yeah.
So now that's the thing. Like it's like I think the relationship gotten better with us being on the same page.
Absolutely.
And them having the mindset change of wanting to be winners, wanting to be one of the teams that changed Walnut Hills back to where it was, to bring it back to prominence and being top of the ECC.
So y'all finished the season on a 3-game losing streak, losing to Wynwoods, Moeller, and Anderson. what things do you feel y'all need to improve upon in order to go on a deep tournament run?
So I give that a part of that. What I would say is this: we had a starter that got hurt in Loveland game that we won, and the first 3 games that was the ones he was out was the one we lost.
Okay.
So it was pretty much a bunch of trying to figure out at the end of the year.
Yeah.
Who's going to take that spot?
Different lineups.
Who's going to take that role?
Yeah.
So in those 3 games, we had 3 different lineups to start the game.
Right.
So that's the part that, people see the losses, but there's also a part where, as a coach, you're trying to figure out how do we fix the problem of, you losing one of your best players. You're losing the guy who guards the best player on the other team.
Absolutely.
So, that's hard to do in the midst of, like, the end of the year.
Absolutely.
So, that happened. But also those 3 games, it was a learning experience for all of us because, we lost, but we can't say one of them was in overtime. And one was versus Moeller that we lost by 1.
Yeah.
So
these close games.
The Wynwoods game was a beatdown.
Yeah, it got away from y'all.
That got away from us.
Yeah, they got away from it.
But the other games, I can say, were close, and it wasn't like we were just out of the game. It was just like you're at a point now. We're trying to figure out who's going to be in the games at the end of the game when we used to for 19 games.
Absolutely.
There was somebody who was going to be there who's not there anymore.
Yeah. Now, do you think a little bit also? Is it a kind of a good thing that y'all suffered that 3-game losing streak at the end of the year because now it made your team pay more attention to detail compared to ending the season on a 3-game winning streak? But I think y'all won 11 straight mid-season. Yep. So had y'all finished maybe on a 14-game winning streak, maybe your team might not have been as hungry going into the tournament, but y'all finished on the 3-game losing streak.
I would not. I don't ever want to lose.
Right.
So I won't go that far. But what I will say is this. They got to a point where, if you can imagine, they've been, I think the highest wins they had the past 3 seasons was like a 10 or 11.
Okay.
So you reached a level where you've already eclipsed that.
Yeah.
And you're on an 11-game winning streak. You're now at the top.
Right.
You got people who didn't made honorable mention last year now making first team, second team. These things are happening.
Yeah.
So I felt like the team in general were losing focus on the small details.
Absolutely.
And like you say, sometimes the losing aspect makes you hungry.
Absolutely.
It makes you realize that you can be beat.
Right.
And doesn't matter the team, doesn't matter what happens. So for instance, Moeller is one of the top teams in Ohio.
Yep.
And we lost to them by 1. But you turn around and lose to Anderson. And not to say Anderson is a great team, great coach, great players. But you turn around and lose that game by more points than you lose to one of the best teams.
Right.
So, it's kind of like one of those things where, when you look at it from a glass half empty, it's kind of look bad, but a glass half full, it's like they are going through a point now where they're seeing it.
Absolutely.
Like you're going to have to play every game, and that's the point that I want.
Absolutely. Now, y'all start off tournament play against Sycamore in the first round. They finished 10-12, 5-11 in conference play as they play in the Greater Miami Conference. Cashmere, what is your expectations heading into this matchup against Sycamore?
Expectations is that we're going to come out and play hard, play defense. That's the main important thing. I think the past 3 games, that's what was lacking, a defensive understanding of what's going on. I feel like this game will be different. They're more locked in. We have to scout, because you got to follow the scout and do what we're supposed to do. And my main thing to them is this. You got seniors over there who have never made it past the first round.
Yeah.
You get a chance right now. We talk about putting a banner up there. We are the lower seed for the first time that they get to be the lower seed, but we actually had to buy to watch and see who we wanted to play.
Right.
So those are things that we have working towards us. But at the end of the day, what I'm expecting us to go out there and play Eagles basketball.
Absolutely.
Do the things that we've been doing to win the games. At the end of the day, that's the most important part.
Absolutely. He is the all-time leader in steals in Bearcats history. He is the current Walnut Hills basketball head coach. He is Cashmere Wright. Cashmere, thanks for joining me tonight, bro.